what this planet is. You might guess from the introduction.
Yes.
Spoiler.
Yes, it was spoiled. So this is Pluto, yes. And did you know that it's not planet anymore?
Heard, yes.
Yes, it's not a planet, but do we really know what the planet is? You know, everyone knows that Earth is a planet, Jupiter is a planet, Pluto was a planet, but do we really know the definition of a planet?
Should have some kind of size.
Yes, there are some, we kind of intuitively know what it is, yes, but there wasn't clear definition of a planet even around astronomers until 2006. What happened in 2006? In 2006, Pluto stopped being a planet because they created the definition that doesn't input the Pluto to the planets. So since then, we have only 8 planets in our solar system. So let's discover why did this happen. So please, next slide. So this is our solar system, and you can see Pluto here. It is there. You just can't see. So before talking about the reasons why Pluto is not a planet, I wanted to tell you a little bit of history, how we discovered a Pluto. So next slide, please. This person is, his surname is Lowell, Percival Lowell. He had an observatory, and in 19th century, scientists used Newton's formulas of mechanics, and they predicted that behind the Neptune there must be some planet because it changes its orbit of Neptune. So they kind of knew where to search the next planet, but no one could find it. This person wanted to find this planet very much. He called it Planet X. So he and his team were searching for this mysterious ninth planet in his observatory, but he couldn't find it, and he passed away in 1916, and he couldn't find it until this time. And only in 1929, when people were thinking that there is no this planet, no planet, we couldn't find it. So in 1929, the director of this observatory, it was conducted by this person, he asked a young 23 years old Kyz-Zhibek, the next slide please. He looked like this, he was American astronomer. He gave him a task. He told him, you know, do you want to search this mysterious ninth planet, Planet X? So just take photos of the night sky. They were taking pictures of the night sky, and they were taking it in different days. So one like 29th and 20, the first 2 days difference, in 2 days difference. So he was taking pictures and then using such mechanism called blinking machine or blinking comparator, he was trying to find some shifts in the planets. So if stars, they don't move very much, but planets, they move more quickly. So if there were any shifts of some object in the night sky, he could notice it. So the next slide, please. And he actually did notice some shifts. You can see it, but the point is here and here. It's shifted from that point to this point. And he predicted that it might be a planet. And after confirmation of other scientists, actually in February 18th, 1930, they discovered that it's actually a planet and it's Pluto. So after that moment, scientists, of course, didn't stop searching for Pluto, or researching Pluto, and researching the area around it. But starting from 1992, scientists started to realize that behind the Pluto there are some other objects that are very similar to Pluto. They have similar size, similar characteristics, and they are also icy small planets behind Pluto. But they couldn't call them planets because they were even smaller than Pluto. So it's kind of strange because there were a lot of objects around Pluto, and we get used to that planet is something that standing alone, nothing around it except its satellites, right? But here there were a lot of objects, more than 100 objects that are very similar, and after some research, scientists guessed that it is Kuiper belt. Kuiper, it was the scientist. He predicted that behind on the outer solar system there must be some area of kind of asteroids or some planets that causes comets. So comets came from here. So around the astronomers, they started arguing and trying to understand what it actually is. We can't call Pluto planet. Some of them were saying that we can't call it planet if it is just one of a lot of objects in the space. But other astronomers were arguing that no, we discovered it and it should be planet. And after a lot of arguing and discovering more and more new planets, or kind of planets, the Mark Brown, his nickname in Twitter is Pluto Killer, he found a new planet called Eris. Next slide, please. It is, this is Kuiper Belt, as you can see. Next slide, please. This planet, it is called Eris, but it wasn't called planet at that time, and they couldn't, and after that, they had to create a new definition of a planet. So he discovered this planet, and it was bigger than Pluto. Its size was bigger, but we couldn't call it a planet. So the International Astronomers Union, they created a new definition. Next slide, please. Which looks like this. So first is its orbit should be around the sun. The second long sentence basically means that it should be rounded. Its form should be round, and it should clear the neighborhood around its orbit. So there shouldn't be any other objects around this planet to be called planet. So Pluto doesn't meet this third criteria. That's why it's called dwarf planet since 2006. So since then, we have only 8 planets in our solar system, but it doesn't mean that Pluto is stopped being very interesting object for research, or that it won't be researched anymore. It just means that now we know much more about our world and about our solar system than before, than when Pluto was discovered. So that shows how much our humanity and our science have moved from that time. But if you are still a little upset about the Pluto, you can write to the Pluto Killer in Twitter, and probably he will answer you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyz-Zhibek.